Well, given how politely she said that,
Wait, doesn't
No, she actually said, you're wrong.
So we're gonna walk through. The hardest one was number 1, which required which test?
Integral.
Integral test, right? And as Shreyas pointed out, the antiderivative of this function is what function? Arcsecant, right? So you end up with the arcsecant of infinity minus the arcsecant of 2. The arcsecant of infinity is the angle where the secant approaches infinity. This is the angle, if you think about it, how do I say this? Cosine, when you're doing an arc cosine, cosine is valid, you go 0 to pi. So secant, remember, is like one of these things. I don't know if you remember the U's,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So there's actually only one time in the middle between 0 and pi where secant approaches infinity, and it's from both sides. Does anyone know what angle that is? It's pi over 2, right? Okay. So anyway, it's pi over 2. And then arcsecant of 2 is the angle where the secant is 2, which is the same as the angle where the cosine is a half, right? Arcsecant of 2 is the same as the arc cosine of a half, because you can flip it. So what angle has cosine of a half? 5/3, yeah, very good. Say it over 5/6. Now, is that the sum of the series?
No.
No. But it does show that the series converges, right?
Can you?
Why do we, why these?
I don't know.
Is that like legitimate? You don't know how to do? Is that like?
No, I legitimately don't.
Okay.
I might learn, maybe it's later on, then I just don't know.
Because Mr. Thomas was like, I have no idea how to do this, and a week later he's like, you can do this.
Ah,
It's like
no,
Mr.
this
Thomas.
isn't like a ha-ha, I don't really know.
Okay.
This is, I just don't
Okay,
know.
good.
Yeah,
Just check.
it's a true legitimate, I don't know. So maybe someday I will, all right now I don't. So the next one, which test do you apply for this guy? P test, does it converge or diverge?
Diverge.
Diverges, right? Good. Which test do you apply for this one? Geometric series, converge or diverge?
Diverge.
Diverge, right, because the R, the argument is the base is greater than 1. All right. Ooh, this one. Did you try telescoping? Telescoping doesn't work too well for this one, right? So if telescoping doesn't work, what other method could we use?
I
Shreyas?
had a question about number 3.
Oh, yeah,
Could
sure.
you technically use that nth term test for number 3 also?
Yes, you could, which we were gonna get to, yes, in just a moment, but yes, you could. Yeah, and, yes, very good. All right, so anyway, getting back to number 4. Oh, yes, Paul.
Oh, I was going back to number 4.
Going back to 3?
4.
Okay, 4, yeah.
You could split it up and then just P series.
Beautiful. This is just a P series minus another P series, right? So, as long as you remember that when you have something minus something, you can split it into separate sums, determine convergence separately. So, what we have here, does this converge or diverge?
Converge.
Converge, what about this one? Converge, right? So, converge minus converge equals converge. This thing is converging based on the P test.
I would converge plus converge to converge.
Number 5.
what
I didn't
if
get number
it
5.
converges twice?
As a matter of fact, I know someone over here who got number 5.
Whoever's sleeping.
Who is now sleeping?
You can sleep.
Paul
Williams.
Yes.
Hey, Paul Williams.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me, what conclusion did you get from number 5?
I said it's diverging.
And how did you reach that conclusion?
I did the nth term rule.
The nth term test. One of the first tests you should always be checking, which we forget about, is that nth term test, which says if the limit of the argument doesn't approach 0, it automatically diverges. So you could also use the nth term test on that guy, right? Because the limit doesn't approach 0. Is that? Oh, okay. I had a look of like skepticism. I was just making sure you were okay. All right, good. Any other questions on any of these? All right. Can you apply the integral test to determine convergence? Can you apply the p-test to determine convergence? Can you apply the nth term test, the geometric series test, and the telescoping series test to determine convergence?
Hopefully.
Yes, you good, then it's time for a quiz.
Oh,
Alright, so,
20 minutes.
Friday.
It's one of those extra credit quizzes that we can talk